I grew up in a good home, good family. My dad was a successful businessman. He passed away when I was 6, and that led me on the path just to want to emulate him. I stayed out of trouble, got good grades, played sports, the whole 9 yards, but I was just driven on my one goal of kind of money, power. That was kind of it. No real close relationships, didn't get along with my mom, who was an only child. Drank a little, 8th, 9th, 10th grade, but once it started to be the only thing my friends did, I stopped. I was like, there's more to life than this. I was ready to be done with high school, to get with more mature people. I was kind of done with high school. And the next 2.5 years, I didn't drink, stayed away, went to Belmont more, hung out with my friends there. Right before college started, my mom passed away from cancer. And it was tough, but I was still so caught up in my own goals that it wasn't really that big of a deal, I thought. I was kind of happy at first when she got diagnosed, honestly. I was like, all right, now I can do my own thing finally. Don't have anyone to, get on my case. But it was tougher than I expected. Went to Babson, kind of hit the road. It was tough at first, but after taking a small detour to New Zealand and Australia, I came back. Did really well for a 1.5 years, got internships, ran the finance center, ran the finance club, but I wasn't really into the party life, and just to be around some good people and to find out what this whole Christianity thing was about, more just about what it was, because it was such a big part of the world's history, not to really become a Christian. I went to the Babson Christian Fellowship. There were good people there. We had pizza, I had Bible studies, went on retreats. They give me Bibles, I'd throw them in the corner. But for me, it was just a good introduction to find out that there were some normal Christians. They weren't all kind of whacked out like I thought. We did this experiment in high school about creationism versus evolution. And when I found out some teachers and people that I respected who believed in creationism, I thought they were nuts. I really didn't it wasn't even close to being a possibility for my life. And that's what helps me now to come to terms with all my past, which is hard to beat myself up on, is that it all had to happen to get me to where I am right now, to get me to God. It needed to be this path where I ended up homeless in the streets of Cambridge 2 years ago. I lost everything, gambled away everything I owned. In 2007, when the market started to crash, and I started to see it, no one else really did. I couldn't deal with trying to tell people what was going on, and I had no foundation to run to. It was all myself. And I thought the problem was, I got into political activism, other stuff. I didn't see the problem as being sin and the answers being Christ. I saw other answers. I kept searching, kept trying to find a meaning, kept trying to just kind of do it myself. And it didn't work at all, of course. Couldn't stay sober at all, really the last 5 years, and pretty much take anything didn't really matter. It was just a part of it. I didn't want to deal with my emotions. The solid lasted for about 2-3 years. I was doing fine, still keeping up jobs and friends and appearances. I was living in Weston with a good family that took me in, and drove a Lexus before I crashed it, and it was just nuts. But it was good. It led me to Christ. And in 2011, when I finally reached my bottom, I was lucky. I saw one of my friends from the club a few months before. We got lunch, and I was saying I might finally be ready to go to church. It seems like I want to learn more about this. I had this experience actually in Vegas that led me to search more towards that road. I don't want to get into that, but I went to church with them in 2011, and I got this gospel rest that I had nothing, but I could go to sleep at peace. I felt good. I felt like it wasn't about me anymore, and I felt like this was the truth that I've been searching for. And I did so well as far as just coming to terms with life that I started leaning on my understanding again 5 months later. So I got this. I'm good. Slowly stopped going to church, stopped praying, stopped reading the Bible, got back into the political stuff. And this happened 2 or 3 times until the same friend who's now in charge of my money because I can't touch it. He was like, you know what, you need to go to Teen Challenge you've been talking about for a while. He brought me here. I need the community of Teen Challenge because for me, it's not just, the word and prayer, but for someone as broken as I am, I need to be surrounded by it, not just 5-10 hours a week, not just watching YouTube sermons or listening to Tim Keller before I go to bed or whoever it is. I need to be surrounded by brothers of Teen Challenge and the community to be brought up by biblical counseling, to be, shown that the Word is the way it is, the only way, it's the truth, and it's just great. It's an encouraging ministry. I feel like I finally don't have to worry as much about what I'm going to do. I don't need to search for anywhere outside the Bible. The Bible has all the answers I need. God is there, God is good, and it's good to rest in that. It's sufficient. He's done it. The victory's been won. It's no longer me who has to fight for this. This game is not. It's just not going to work. So I'll leave you with Hebrews 10:39, which I stood on 2 years ago when I first started getting into this stuff. We are not of those who shrink back and are destroyed, but of those who have faith and preserve their souls. Thank you.
Amen.